Everybody, happy summer. I'm so excited to share with you today that today is the last day of our 2-day full script summer supplement sale. This is an awesome savings and I'm very excited to share it with you, especially for many of you who are buying high quality professional grade supplements that want to save additional money supporting your health and wellness. I'm excited to share with you that this is happening up until midnight Pacific time. So my bio link is the way to register for a patient account if you don't have one already. Hey everybody, welcome to those of you joining. I'm going to share with you some of the supplements that I routinely recommend that are on sale. And I'm not at liberty to tell you how much, but it's a double-digit discount. Ordinarily, my supplement store offers 10% off. And it's actually more than double that. So I hope you'll check it out. Hi, Penny. So it's exciting because these sales, we're actually able to offer them more frequently, which is great. And you guys know I'm all about getting a good deal. So we're still, for many of us, focused on supporting our immune system as well as lowering inflammation. And that's what I want to kind of share with you, some supplements to consider, some newer kind of versions that you might not be aware of, some of these manufacturers are making. And for many of you who regularly watch a lot of my lymphatic related, lymph motivating video content, who are seeking ways to lower the fluid retention and manage your lymphedema, Lymph Stim, which is the homeopathic product I recommend, is accessible and available on the sale. So everything in our store is discounted with this summer sale. And if you, I think it's $49 or more, if you spend on the sale, you get free shipping, and they are shipping out very quickly. So I noticed that a lot of my patient orders from yesterday were being shipped out as late as midnight last night. So you should receive these in 2 to 3 business days in a box, and I'm excited. So welcome all of you joining. It's the Full Script Summer Supplement Sale, and I'm going to share with you some things that are really critical to boost your immune system, support your overall health and wellness, and also that will lower your inflammation levels. All of these, again, are available in Full Script on our summer sale. The first one, it's, and I know this is inverted, I think because of my phone, but this is Innate, and they have a vitamin C powder, and I use this. So as you can see, it's a powder. It is a little yellow. And you can add this to smoothies. You can add this particular form of vitamin C. They have the blend of C. So I actually like that because a lot of vitamin C, you're going to get ascorbic acid, which on the scale of like C potency is on the lower end. It's a cheaper product. So what we see in this version, you're going to get calcium ascorbate, magnesium ascorbate, and potassium ascorbate. Those are very critical elemental forms of vitamin C. And elemental meaning calcium, magnesium, you're seeing that kind of connection with those compounds. You will notice improved immunity by taking the right form of vitamin C. And the delivery method here is powder, which I love for a lot of my patients that have digestive imbalances and you're not digesting well, or even assimilating some of your nutrients. Powders, liquids are my go-to, sometimes transdermal if we can. And Card 69Z, I use their magnesium. Yes, I do too. I love Innate. Innate is one of my favorite brands in that they are very focused. A lot of their products are focused on immunity. And because of that, you're going to get the richest of their expertise in that. Penny, do you have a B complex that has vitamin C with it? I am sure we do. There are several, and you can search. So I'll tell you this. So backing up for any of you joining us, the Full Script is my professional grade physician supplement store. And it's not, I don't own the company, I don't own them, but I log into their system, and it allows many of my virtual patients particularly to buy product that I recommend. And so the condition of accessing the sale is you have to set up a patient account. It's totally free. You're not going to get spam emails. You might get notices like, hey, we're having the sale, which happens maybe twice a year, but that's it. Like, we're not selling your email list or anything like that. But what you do have to do is set up a patient account. Once you have set that up, you have full range of shopping in the supplement catalog. And I have it accessible. I have the whole catalog accessible to you. I don't lock it down. So for instance, people will, especially on the sale, some of the brands that have been really popular, Life Extension, Claire Labs, Karuna, which is a really good acupuncture herbal, like Chinese herbals, Pacific Biologica, Professional Formulas, which is our lymph stem brand, Megaspore, Methyl B. So a lot of methyl B variations. So Penny, if you're looking for a B complex and you want to make sure it's bioavailable, a methylated B12, a methylfolate in the right compounded form will actually be more accessible to your body. And you could complement it with a C powder. So I will say that we have a lot of B, C, and some other nutrients in combo. If you search like adrenal health or even just a strong multivitamin. So I hope that answers your question. The other thing that is really exciting that FullScript is developing, and I've been with them kind of since the inception of them rolling into the U.S. market. They acquired a different company that I was working with, and the addition and changes, they actually let me, as a provider, put together a protocol, so recommended lists of supplements. And more recently, they've allowed me to make it public. So anybody who has an account and you go into your account and it's through my FullScript, you'll see it's really easy. It'll just say Dr. Melissa's protocols. You can shop my protocol. So I actually am still building those out, but I've recently added a sports and fitness protocol and a summer skincare protocol. They're not what you think. The summer skincare is about the anti-aging nutrients as well as the UV reduction, so UV exposure reduction, supplementation, so beauty from the inside out, that can help support and minimize and limit the sun damage from sun exposure. And if you're like us, we are now doing soccer and we're on the field, I got my brim hat and I've got all my stuff on. You still have to think about, our limiting the sun exposure, not just topically, but you can do that from the inside. So they have some really, I've put together that list because it's so unique. So I hope you'll check that out. The other thing, the sports and fitness one is not like your traditional, pushing the creatine. This is more about sports recovery, electrolyte balance, as well as the delivery of protein density. So there are some supplements that I know I haven't talked about here on the live. I do talk about it with a lot of my semi-pro and professional athletes that have the ability to take some of these brands. Some are approved through their associations that they're part of. But they're highly, highly beneficial. So if you are into high intensity, cardio, or do, ultra running, or real intense fitness, or sweating now, it's hot outside. The heat, the sweating can drain your electrolytes. So there are some really good packs that can instantly deliver that nutritional density that's needed for a sports and fitness enthusiast, or, for our kids as well, or teenagers. So those are two new protocols I've added with this sale. But then I have my traditional, I've got my lymph promotive. Oh gosh. I don't know if you guys are hearing. Gabriel was working in my office, He was answering my phone earlier, and he has his PJ Mask watch that I apparently have been sitting on, and it's been making noise. So do shop the protocols because they're often linked up with some of my freebie protocols that I offer to many of you here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But they're also very positioned and pointed resources. So that is accessible to you for free. And some of those protocols actually have attachments. So I have PDFs that are attached to those protocols. So do check those out. I have female and male hormone-oriented protocols. They're very, very in-depth. So let me share with you another supplement that, particularly now as things are kind of opening up and, there's a little bit more socialization happening. Some of the trends that we're seeing with the unmasking, if you will, that's happening. We're seeing a rise in some respiratory infections, not COVID, but, we are seeing some viruses happening. And there's a summer flu strain, at least in our area here in Atlanta, that's kicking up. So I want to share with you one of my favorite kind of deep immune boosters. And this is Host Defense. I've loved them since they came out. Before functional mushrooms were a thing and really popular, they've had the My Community, and they also do individual mushrooms, and we have all of those. This comes in a capsule, and you can see if you needed to, you can break this open. And so it's a powder, so very accessible for your body. And they also have it in a liquid form. So My Community is one of my favorites. It is what I call chaga forward. So the first in the list is chaga. Chaga is awesome. And it also is very descriptive in terms of how many milligrams. So they go line by line with all the different mushroom blends or mushrooms that are in here and the dosage. So it's anywhere from 148 milligrams of chaga all the way down to 12 of split gill polypore. So some of these you might not have ever heard of, but they are very highly beneficial immune boosting mushrooms. And it's called My Community. Again, this is by Host Defense. So one of the features that we have with FullScript, as they've kind of made it very accessible for you as a consumer, you can search. So you can search by manufacturer. So if you're like, I love Innate, or I love Gaia Herbs, or I love Source Naturals, or Biotics Research, or Dr. McCullough, or we have thousands of different products in the store. You can search by manufacturer. So if you have a kind of brand that you really love, search by the brand and see what we have. You might also find things that are not accessible at your supplement store or sometimes your clinician's office. So you can get exposed to new awesome products that these manufacturers have. So they're on top of like new and fabulous products. But I want to share with you another thing that Innate makes that, again, for immune boosting and just overall body support. This particular nutrient, when we are deficient in, it can affect your thyroid health, it can affect your hormone health, skin health, your immunity. Every system is hinged on this particular mineral being at an optimal at an optimal state. So to optimize your zinc, this again is Innate. We have zinc by a ton of different brands. But there's different forms of these minerals. And this has zinc. It's a fermented zinc bisglycinate. So the fermentation of the zinc bisglycinate actually makes it so potent and wonderful. But then it also has a food blend. So that's one of the things I love. You get some spinach, parsley, carrot, broccoli, and beetroot with this zinc. That also helps to limit the nausea. So for any of you, comment down below if this has happened to you. But, I love my liquid ionic minerals. By the way, we sell those and sell salts in FullScript. But I love my liquid zinc. And I actually have a zinc forward multi-mineral liquid. And a lot of times I've started to do my far infrared sweating again. I finally finished my fitness wellness room. I'll have to give you a tour next time I go live. So I've been doing my sweats every night, and it's really intense, 40 minutes at the highest level. And I am just detoxing, and my fat cells are releasing. And with the sweat comes the potential of electrolyte imbalance. So I drink this mineral dense water, but I have to have food in my stomach before I do that. And not that it's a bad thing, but I do my sweats closer to bedtime, and I don't really like to do that. So I've actually switched. In the evening, I will take my zinc and a few other things, but I take my zinc before I do my sweat. So again, the form of zinc, what I love, this Innate is awesome. Okay, so now the other thing that many of you who've watched my content, even before I was doing my, I can't believe I did everyday lives for like 200 days. I think it was more than that, but it was a long long period of time last year during, all the lockdowns. Before even those, I've always been a fan of Inflamex, and that is by this one brand. And this is like my own personal thing of this. So it's a little gunky here. It's been through a few moves here and unpacked in our new kitchen. But Inflamex is by Zahler, and it's Zahler. So if you're searching in Fullscript, Zahler is awesome. They have a combination of herbs that are anti-inflammatory. They are histamine reducing. They are lymphatic promoting. So like they check all my boxes. Like, yes, we want to lower your histamines because that limits your reactivity to food, to your environment. It lowers skin eruptions, hives, all those things. Then we want to promote your lymphatics. We want to keep the swelling at bay. We want to get your detox system moving. And then also there's an immune support with the lymphatics moving. Car 69, you are awesome too. Thanks, honey. So the other thing that we want to do is we want to lower inflammation levels. And I think I said that. So immune, lymphatic, and did I say immune? I don't know. So the big part of lowering inflammation is really critical. At the end of the day, inflammation is the root of all illness and disease, and it can plague our body systemically and chronically. And over time, that is what causes degrees of imbalance that then start to register not only as symptoms, but as diagnoses, or what we call dis-ease. So what I love about this Inflamex, and I recommend this for my post-surgical patients, for my autoimmune patients. I recommend it for a variety of patients who might be prepping for some sort of inflammatory related event. Sometimes, they're getting ready for a wedding and they want to really make sure that they're less inflamed, less puffy. The other thing too, friends, if you're inflamed, you're going to be puffy, so wake up with puffy eyes, you're going to feel swollen. You might even notice kind of increase in fluid retention, fingers, toes, ankles. So I want to share with you what is in here. It's white willow bark forward. So again, I'm going to present to you the most potent supplement in its breakdown. So it's white willow bark forward, and it has 550 milligrams of white willow bark. Then it has 500 milligrams of turmeric as well as bromelain. So let me tell you, white willow bark is nature's natural aspirin. Aspirin is literally derived from white willow bark, but the transition, the chemical altering of white willow bark and its creation of aspirin, it lost its anti-inflammatory. It has the pain reliever, but it's not minimizing that inflammation level. So white willow bark is awesome. It's great for migraines. It's great for just any type of degree of inflammation. Then turmeric, you guys know I love my turmeric. This is, or you can say turmeric, but I say turmeric. This is very much a lymphatic promoter, but it also reduces inflammation levels by helping promote the lymph flow and getting rid of excess fluid retention. Turmeric is going to be a blood thinner, so it's cautionary if you are on blood thinners, not that you can't have turmeric. But this, again, is a turmeric root extract. It is potent. If you ate turmeric, you wouldn't be getting 500 milligrams. So it is potent. I always say use with caution if you're taking any blood thinners or getting ready for surgery, because a lot of times we cut that a week or two before. It also has that 500 milligrams of bromelain. Bromelain is an enzyme from pineapple, and bromelain is wonderful enzymatically in the body, reduces fluid retention and cuts bruising. So if you are easily bruising, a lot of my patients that have leg-related vascular insufficiency, sometimes they bruise easily. Maybe you have your K2 levels are low and you bruise easily, or you just notice you're swollen. Bromelain can be enzymatically effective at flushing fluid. So the first three compounds are awesome as anti-inflammatories. The middle two, bromelain and turmeric, will get fluid flushing, meaning you might have increased urination after this. Totally normal, but it is a side effect. Positive side effect, because we're getting that out of the way. Penny says, I had a migraine the other day. Would this promote any more migraines? It would not, but what would, so there are tons of different migraines and tons of different causes. Some of my patients have barometric type of pressure related migraines where when the temperature changes, like we're going through a tropical storm. I think it's a hurricane. I don't know. Our nanny said it's a hurricane. I'm like, okay. I don't live in Florida anymore, so I'm not as tuned into the weather as I probably should be. But they will notice, and Brian particularly is highly sensitive. As soon as the rain's coming, he knows it because he starts to get a headache. We've noticed some changes when he's added this to his program. It reduces that kind of inflammatory state. But if we're dealing with hormonal migraines, it might not dig into the root cause, but it will deal with that inflammation and the pain. So Penny, will it make it worse? No. Will it trigger it? No. It will lessen it, and it functions like a lot of the kind of pain relieving that you would take. But that the white willow bark forward nature of the Inflamex, and again, for all of you joining, hello, I'm talking to you about some great things for immune system and inflammation reduction, but highlighting our summer sale in full script. It ends tonight at midnight Pacific time, and it's more than double my normal discount, which is 10%. I can't say it because they want you to sign up or look in your site and see, but this is great. So Inflamex, I recommend it. I recommend it for folks that also have like inflammatory conditions of like the uterus, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibrotic tissue or cysts in the breast tissue. It's great for that. Now, a few other things it has. So at the 450 milligram level, it has Indian frankincense gum resin powder. And then it has yucca root. Those two are also anti-inflammatory. The frankincense itself, it's not like your traditional like frankincense oil, but it's in that category. It's in that family. And frankincense is very rooted, very grounded. As far as like the nature of it, it is going to be found in a lot of the anti-inflammatories, pain relievers, and just balancers, because it brings the energy down, if that makes sense. And then the last and final at 250 milligrams, it has ginger. You guys know I love ginger. I love, 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 love ginger. So ginger and turmeric, those two are synergistic for lymphatic flow. And then the white willow bark part of it becomes the pain relieving anti-inflammatory with all of those. So, but yeah, so full script, awesome sale today. And there's just like a ton, like pure encapsulations. I'm just going to start pulling stuff I love. Pure encapsulations. That's a brand that's in there. They have this CoQ10. And I love this because it's 500 milligrams. That's another challenge that I have with, a lot of the supplementation that you find of your natural store and even some of the doctor's offices. There's no way for a clinician for us to stock this degree of inventory that we have. So a lot of times we'll kind of have our 20 or 30 top supplements we recommend. But like CoQ10 is one of those. There's different forms of CoQ10, and then the dosage is just not as high as we know clinically is beneficial to individuals' health and wellness. So CoQ10 is awesome. And this again, this happens to be, I'll show you, because again, there's different forms of CoQ10. You're sometimes mostly going to find the kind of liquid oils, but this is a yellow, you see that? And it's a powder and very easy to open up. Oh, my little helper is knocking on the door. Hey, honey. You might get a little, here, you want to say hi to everybody? Oh my gosh, you guys, for all of you who were on the lives a year ago, come over here. He's gotten so big. Look, say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Isn't he so big? It's crazy. He was like that tall a year ago. So are you taking your omegas?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gabriel, yesterday, we were playing pretend, and he had a journey he was going on. Here, go do that out there. Okay, thanks, bud. He went on a journey and he packed up and he was like, you and Daddy are coming with us. And then he packed up his supplements. So that was such a proud natural Dr. Mommy moment. I was like, oh my gosh, he's packing up his supplements. He knows how important they are. So Penny says, hi, cutie, and you're getting so big. Isn't that sweet? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He has gotten crazy big, Michelle. It's insane. And how old are you? Here, come over here. Well, come here. So he's 5 now, but how old are you going to be in September?
6.
6? Want to show him? 6. So one more thing before Mommy keeps going. What is your favorite toy to play with right now?
Beyblades.
Beyblades. He discovered those through a show and tell, right? From a friend. And now he's obsessed, right? And these things are like $20, $30 each. It's crazy. So we've entered that realm of toys. Okay, honey, can you go play your Beyblades out there, bud? No, okay, so he's hanging out in the bedroom in my office. So, so Full Script has just tons and tons and tons of supplements. We also have skincare, actual topical skincare. We have protein powders. We have protein bars. Yeah, they have chocolate bars. They have a ton of kids' lines. So they have a lot of pediatric related supplementation. One of them, the homeopathic children's ones that we love is Genexa. They have a homeopathic sleep and a homeopathic cold. It's called Cold Crush. That's awesome for kiddos. So we have everything. And it's exciting when these sales come around because it's a great way. If you do consume these, you can stock up. And a lot of my patients love it because these protocols, often when I'm putting them on an adrenal repair or hormone balancing, and you're using progesterone cream and some of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal glandular balancing supplements, you're going to be taking those for several months. And so it's great to stock up. So that is, that's another reason why I wanted to come on live. So I hope everybody's doing well. I also want to mention, we're going to have some announcements coming out soon, big changes over here in our world. Can't announce yet, but I'm excited to share with you soon. But Monday, I am, going in and I'm going to be doing a PRP. So plasma rich, PRP, plasma rich protein. I think that's it. Totally inflamed. But I'm doing a PRP treatment on my scalp, and I'm also doing facial and scalp exosome treatment. And we're going to try and work it where I can go live and show you a little bit of this whole process. It's probably going to be about 2 or 3 hours that I'll be over there doing this. But if you guys are interested, I've talked a lot about PRP and some of the anti-aging effect, but the exosomes they've hit the Atlanta market, and I'm so excited to be a part of that. So, honey, can you go into the other room for a sec, please? He's trying to have a snack. He's making some. Please, honey, listen. Gabriel. All right, friends. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. But again, I hope you'll take advantage of the Full Script sale. I wanted to kind of share with you some of the things that I thought would be beneficial. Gabriel, please stop him. Beneficial for you all who might be trying to reduce inflammation, boost your immune system, and just create overall balance. Again, the zinc, critical powdered C, the Inflamex. I really feel like all of us need that. And then the immune boosting from functional mushrooms. Awesome. But so many other awesome things out there. So if you kind of get into, if you haven't set up your Full Script store account, click on my bio link. So if you get out of this or after, just go to my Instagram bio, click on my bio link. It takes you right to the Full Script site. If you already have an account through signing up with me or buying in the past, it'll connect you right on in, and then you can just peruse. If you haven't, it does require you to set up. It's not a hook or anything like that. It basically, you have to set up a patient account. It's your name, so give your legit name and your legit last name and a legit email. And if you do purchase, because I've had people who give their kind of online names, and then they buy something and the shipping is kind of random. So meaning your mail carrier might not recognize your fake name with your address. But once you're in, that's all you have to do. And then you can look at my recommendations. Gabriel, honey, please. Your recommendation list, you can shop by brand, product type, if you type in hormone. So it's awesome. And there's a lot of really good topical hormones that I love. So anyway, feel free to message me. I'll be kind of monitoring this with our team. If you're like, oh, I need like one of our followers, patients had said, I need a green powder. And so ask you questions. I'm like, oh, this would be really great for you. So I'm happy to do that, friends, so you can take advantage of this awesome savings. So have a great day. And thanks for joining me today on the live. I've missed doing our lives, and stay tuned for some awesome big announcements here. I'm so excited. Have a great day. Be well.